When you think of the state of Oregon in the USA, what comes to mind? You might think of farm-to-table food, Pinot Noir wine, and heavily forested nature. You can find all of this and more in the town of Wilsonville. Part of the Portland Metro, Wilsonville is 20 minutes south of the city of Portland, or 3.5 hours from Seattle. We booked it down for a weekend trip, and we're taking you along with us.
We're still on our mission trying to prove that traveling with the baby is quite all right.
So we're here at the Hilton Garden Inn in Wilsonville, Oregon, and we're starting our day off with breakfast. So I've got the smoked salmon Benedict, and you've got...
I have the flat iron steak, which has quickly become one of the favorites I cook at home. In fact, I cooked it yesterday for lunch before we came here, so I want to see if they do it better than me. All right, let's see how they do the flat iron steak. Here they have it with hollandaise as well. I've cooked it many other ways, but not this way. I do like it this way. It's a nice hollandaise.
And how do you like your breakfast? This is our room inside of the Hilton Garden Inn in Wilsonville. All right, when we walk in, we have the bathroom here on the right. Really spacious open bathroom, pretty standard, and a nice big walk-in shower. We also have a closet here on the left, and a bunch of drawer space. Then we have the main room here. We have a little open office space. And coming around here, we have the open bedroom concept. So we have a pretty big bed here, also a smart TV, nice couch space that is more than enough to fit our family on. And they even supplied a little pack and play for our baby to sleep in. Oh, and here in the corner, we have a microwave, coffee maker, and a little refrigerator. Did you know that the state of Oregon ranks 4th in the USA for wine production? Indeed, the Oregon wine industry has been going strong since 1840. Today, we're visiting the family-owned Lady Hill Winery.
We're now exploring the Central Valley of Oregon, where there are many farmlands and vineyards, and we are at a winery called Lady Hill.
It's our first time here. We're going to meet up with one of the owners and get a little tour of the winery and try some wine.
I'm excited because I'm not allergic to wine. In fact, it's my favorite alcoholic drink. Let's see if the owner comes out if we ring it. It works. Hello.
Hi.
Are you the owner of this establishment? Martin, nice to meet you.
We were greeted by Jerry Owen, one of the owners of Lady Hill. They were in the middle of harvest and happened to be pressing Pinot Gris, so we went to check out the operation and taste some fresh grapes.
Tasting a grape, you try to ignore the sugar. There's a lot of flavor in those skins. The winemaker's looking for that balance between flavor, keeping the natural acidity.
I see, so you're looking for a different thing, not like the dessert quality, yeah.
Besides making wine on site, Lady Hill also has a giant hall for entertaining. Specifically, it was built to host live music. Outside, there are plenty of places to sit in the sun, take in the views, and sample wine. As a bonus, the winery is also very family-friendly.
So this is our Lady Hill Chardonnay from the McDuffie Vineyard. The grapes at McDuffie were planted in 1985, so it's some of the older growth Chardonnay that you can find in the Northwest.
Oregon is most known for producing Pinot Noir. We asked winemaker Dan why he thinks this wine is so popular in Oregon.
You'll find a lot of people here in the Willamette Valley that are producing kind of bigger, riper style Pinot Noir to kind of match the American palate. And I think for me, that's not really what Pinot is. Pinot's an elegant, feminine varietal that is okay with some nuance and not just powerhouse.
Besides the nice conversation and the great space, I really like the wine itself. Was among the best I've ever had. They began with some of the traditional Oregon things that they grow there, like the Pinot, and then they moved on to some stuff that grows in Washington, so they source from there. And we had a lot of interesting conversation about Northwestern wine and why it's among the best, and yet it's kind of an undiscovered gem, which will be a topic of many more videos we make. But for now, this is what we'll leave you with. Check out this winery, it's very, very nice.
So we drove a little bit away from the Lady Hill Winery and stopped by the Butteville General Store. So we're gonna go check it out and see what they have inside.
Yeah, we hear there's good lunch, and it must be because there are a lot of people parked here.
Looks
and it's
really busy.
Yeah, so we're excited for this. It says they have ice cream.
Ooh, definitely gonna get that. The Butteville store dates back to 1863, and over the years it's gone through a variety of iterations. Currently, it slings sandwiches and ice cream to visitors. Inside, its walls are full of relics from the past, and there's even a library. Outside, you'll find places to sit and a big lawn. Suffice to say, this is also a super family-friendly place.
We got our food, we're waiting for dessert as well. We're getting ham sandwiches.
Looks really, really good. They had maybe like 5 sandwiches on the menu, and they all sounded really, really good. It was hard to make a choice, but we went with a ham sandwich, and we split it in half because we have a big dinner coming up tonight.
Thank you.
After getting our fill of wine, food, and ice cream, it was time to go on a long walk in the park. Lucky for us, there are 15 public parks in Wilsonville, so we went to go check some of them out.
This is our current stop, and it's called Graham Oaks Park, where they've started replanting oak trees in what now looks like a savanna, they call it. So they call it an oak savanna, and it's a type of landscape where there's grasslands and big oak trees come out of it. If you see that behind us, right now the oaks are small because they're trying to regrow them, but they see in 100 years there'll be mighty oak trees all through this grassland, which kind of matches how it was before the settlers found it and cut it down.
So it looks like there's a lot of trails running through this park, so we're going to take some of those trails and see where they lead.
Oh, you're excited for a stroller-friendly park, aren't you? Until this weekend, it actually felt like summer had ended, at least up in Seattle. And right now we're back in summer weather, full on 80+ degrees.
Yeah, the high today is supposed to be 83 degrees, and it's like late September. That's pretty insane.
It's one reason to come to Oregon, and already very nice fall colors starting to shape up. It's also inland, it's not as marine, you know, the season is a bit more pronounced here because of that. In Seattle, the sea tempers the seasons. Are you enjoying the oaks? We've been walking through this park, Graham Oaks, and it's really pleasant.
It's nice because at one point we crossed this bridge and we walked into like this little wooded area, and it's right next to all these houses.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood actually. And now we're in a little grove, and there were some really cool benches. And wow, there's some really cool.
These are so cool.
The birdhouse is made of kitchen utensils, this one here. And this one is made of bike parts and stuff like that. Yeah, they're all themed based on different shiny metal. That one is locks up there and some keys hanging. So yeah, right now is the peak of dry season actually, the driest time of the year, but very soon this will be pretty flooded.
Outdoor adventure today, we're stopping by Boone's Ferry Park. Now this park was named after one of the grandsons of Daniel Boone, and the whole Boone family was really influential in creating a lot of the transportation that is down in this Oregon area. And so we're approaching the Willamette River. This is probably one of the best parts about this park, is that it runs right next to that river. And the Willamette River is really long, and it used to have ferries on it for over 100 years. That was a major form of transportation on the river. But now we're going to take a look at it and see what it looks like today. cap off a full day of adventuring in Wilsonville, we enjoyed a farm-to-table dinner at the kitchen at Middleground Farms. Originally a cooking school, this farm began offering weekend prefix dinners as a result of the pandemic. There are limited seatings and dinners only happen during the summer, but if you're lucky to get a table, you'll enjoy the best seasonal produce that the region has to offer.
Today we find ourselves doing some fine dining in the fields outside of Portland.
So we're at the Middleground Farm, and they have some outdoor dining space that apparently this is the last night of the season up until next summer. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We've got a 4-course dinner, and for him, a wine pairing coming up soon.
Yeah, it's got filet mignon, lobster, all the good stuff, so we can't wait to dig in.
So our first course is actually here. It's a focaccia board, a selection of meats, cheeses, and some dried fruit.
Last course was amazing with the lobster. This one is another one with filet mignon and what looks like chanterelle mushrooms to us.
The filet mignon has a thyme garlic butter on it, and there's also a braised fennel gratin.
Yeah.
So this smells and looks amazing.
And I have my wine pairing, Cabernet Sauvignon from Walla Walla, which if you don't know is among the best wine you can get. It wins blind competitions all the time.
The next day, we headed back out to the countryside in search of a pumpkin patch. We found that, and more than we expected. So we're here at Frog Pond Farm, and it looks like there's a variety of activities here. You can go pumpkin picking. It is fall, so keep that in mind. The activities may change depending on what season you come, but there's pumpkin patch picking, there's a bunch of family activities, and there are some miniature donkeys and other animals to feed.
Admittedly, this would have been more fun if our baby is a little older, but we'll capture the media and come back when he's like a year or 2 old. But now we're gonna have to feed the llamas on our own. We love miniature donkeys. Early in our influencer career, you may say, we went to cover a miniature donkey farm in Washington State.
In Skagit Valley, yes. So,
Oh, the
baby.
donkey's scared her baby.
No, he's trying to nap is the problem, but he doesn't even know where we are. But yeah, miniature donkeys are so cute. We're actually going to go to another farm with them exclusively later, so we won't talk too much about them right now. But yeah, they're really adorable, and you should definitely come see one if you haven't yet.
Here they have a playground made of hay for the children, and they have these bouncy donkey things which are very funny. They have like a whole herd of them over there. I've never fed a llama, I don't know how it works. I guess the donkeys and stuff, oh, they just eat off the cup. You guys are kind of mean, but I'll feed you anyway. All right. Come on, you're very, very hungry, aren't you? Or greedy, I don't know which one or the other. This one is hilarious looking, so I'm gonna feed it. I bet you get the most food, because you're the cutest. Turns out there are more animals, and there's like camels in the back there. And now that we think about it, I don't know if either of us have seen camels. No, a goat. Oh, let's feed a little goat.
Yeah, the dwarf goats.
Yeah.
So
Whoa,
cute.
it eats fast. They're voracious goats.
Goats are ravenous.
Wow, they diminish their stash a lot. Do they eat this? Cannot?
Said no feed in this pit.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, okay. So,
Oh.
no food for you, sorry.
Oh.
Hopefully they don't spit on us because they're angry.
Yeah. We would.
Right.
We would if we could.
Whoa, they're fixated on me. I don't know if this is safe right here.
It's fine.
I've never been around camels. All I've seen is the videos of them speeding. It's like a prehistoric, weird-looking horse.
We're looking for age-appropriate activities for ourselves here. And the slides and other activities are definitely meant for smaller people, but this, I think you can do it. So,
It's shooting. Let's try
so
that.
let's see. There are some cows out there. They even have names. These are like female cows. There's Lauren, there's Dolly, there's Emily.
I'm gonna try to nail Lauren. Close.
Close.
There you go. You're a cute one, aren't you? There. That was it. Whoa. Don't lick the lens. This was a fun place. When our kid is a little older, we'll be coming every year to such a place.
Definitely a family-friendly place. Best done with kids, but you know, even if you're an adult, you can come here, get your pumpkin to carve for Halloween, and it sounds like they also do Christmas trees here later on in the season. So definitely lots of fun. Bring your whole family.
We came to this plant community called Villebois, and it is inspired by Europe, kind of generically Europe, not in particular any European place from what I can tell. And I am from Europe, so let's see how it matches up compared to European cities or suburbs. So right away you can see that there's a central plaza, and that is a very European thing, which I think very many American cities are missing. And look at that, there's Belle, so you can be like the Italian pensioners and spend all day here. And this is the town center. So here are more so condo buildings and townhouses. But as you continue, it kind of gets more spread out. And from what we can see, there are sidewalks everywhere and the place is very walkable. To me, that is the #1 feature of a European development or just a settlement of any sort. So now we're gonna take a little bit of a side street and look at some of the townhouses which have been built, and they're building more. Here we have these houses which do resemble Europe a lot. I actually appreciate that it resembles Europe, but it keeps up the American spaciousness. Here's an example of what always should be done, little courtyards and just nice green spaces between buildings, so it is not simply just residential back-to-back with no space to enjoy.
3-bedroom townhomes from the low 300,000s.
That is cheap.
So it's pretty affordable compared to the cities.
Yeah. Oh, Mount Hood is out there.
Oh, holy cow.
That's awesome. We are exploring more of this place, Villebois, and what we're thinking is how there are problems in the city, and so many people are opting out to get out right now and actually move into such places like right here, where you know your kids are safe and they can step outside and you don't have to worry about what happens next to you.
Yeah, so Portland is the closest city to here, so that would be, you know, a pretty obvious alternative to living in Portland. You can come to some place like this, and not even here, you don't have to live in this particular community, but just Wilsonville as a whole. It just feels very safe. And that's something that we're thinking about more now that we have a child and have a family.
So yeah, this is something to think about. You know, it feels like some kind of apocalypse happened when you walk through a major city in the USA in many cases right now. However, that's not the story of America, I don't think so. I think very many amazing places still exist. And this place, Wilsonville, exceeded our expectations quite a lot. It feels very livable, very cozy, clean, and even wealthy. Like everything is well done, nothing is run down.
Yeah, I don't think we had a single bad experience here. Everything we did was pretty top notch. So it's a really nice place to visit, but more importantly, to live.
We made our way just outside of Villebois in a place called Tollen Farm.
And we're here to meet some very magical and cute little creatures. So let's go see them. This is Toni Tollen. She's the current owner of one of the oldest, if not the oldest, house built in Wilsonville. Constructed in the 1900s, this house sits on a 5-acre farm with lots of native plants and livestock, including horses. But the real stars of the show are the miniature donkeys.
We do classes right here in the summertime. We have classes every Thursday morning for autistic kids and adults. They learn how to halter and lead and groom a donkey. And after they've done that, they come up here and do an art project to take home.
So miniature donkeys love to be petted. They're very friendly. There he is.
This is Cisco. He greets all visitors, and he's 15 years old, which is about half of a miniature donkey's average lifespan. And this little guy is named Scout. At 2 months old, he's the baby of the farm animals.
A little bang over their eyes, because their eyes are full size on that little tiny face. So this protects their eyes.
It's cute.
They will have that for a year.
The hairstyle is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Well, our trip is winding down, not quite over, but we're thinking, and the purpose was tourism, right?
Yeah, the purpose was to just visit, and we didn't really have any preconceived notions about Wilsonville. We didn't have any idea what it was going to be like first time visiting, but after visiting, we actually think it would be a really great place to live.
That's right. For the first time ever, we think that Oregon now is quite up there for a place to possibly live in, and especially with the way taxes are structured, if we were to leave our corporate jobs and things like that and start making money from other sources, it would actually be more livable for us here than currently in Seattle. They don't have sales tax, but they do have a high income tax. So while you're in the high earning mode, it's not that good of a deal, for example, the way my job is. But if I was to quit my job and try to do business and other things, I think it actually starts becoming quite attractive at that point, because all these houses around us would be at a big discount compared to Seattle, and you get another 10% discount whatever money you spend.
So basically, Oregon really does livability and lifestyle extremely well, much better than Washington State does. And trust us, we've been all around Washington State. We love it, but it's not very good at establishing lifestyle and tourism.
Yeah, so we're starting to kind of raise an eyebrow here and there and be like, well, we do have to plan out the rest of our life. At some point we're going to make some major changes, so we shall see.